What up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here for another podcast video, and we're gonna be talking about what exactly went down on the Friday night show, and this is, I guess you could say, the go home edition show, SmackDown, the day before Saturday night's main event, where we're gonna be seeing like all the action, like on from both Raw and SmackDown's storyline rivalries, and but we're gonna get things started with Jimmy Uso. But before we get into that, we got plenty of things to talk about from I'll say from the satisfying ending of the semifinals of both the women's matches, like how we predicted it to be, and like any possibilities on who's going to be winning in the finals, and also like and what else? What else we saw? Like we also saw a shocking return from his injury, and also a possibility of a trade, like with Nicholas the ridiculous bringing in for to be Carmelo Hayes' challenger. Is I'll say his mystery opponent, which let's just say not so good for the former NXT champion, and also and I got a big brawl like at the end, but we're not going to get into that until after we get to this get into this get into the beginning of the show. Also, it turns out that Bianca Belair have not stripped the tag team titles that her and Jade was holding on to, at least not just yet, or maybe not even ever. But we're gonna get into all of that in just a moment. But we're gonna start off with Jimmy Uso. But before we get to that, I want to remind you, please give a like and subscribe onto this channel, like at Super Ninja Austin. But before, without any more delay, let's get started with Jimmy Uso coming out. And I'm like, well, for a second, I thought it's gonna be like it's gonna be for a second there, like, I would have thought that he was not going to be coming back due to his toe injury, but he was back. But the thing is, like, he was holding up to a crutch because his toe was still messed up. But he's still looking forward, like, for his run as a single star in the year upcoming 2025. But it's where it's like, welcome to the Friday Night SmackDown. He says to the Hartford crowd in Connecticut. It's where fans start chanting "Yeet," but he reminded him that he's the wrong twin for y'all to be chanting that. It's where fans start chanting, but. And then he's like, War Games now we didn't get Big Jim, like, but it also got about that the heartbeat about right back with those ones together correctly. And this is where he puts where the Jim, like in the OG bloodline came up right on top. Like, and that's what we did. Okay, but War Games is now right behind us. Like, but what is in front of us here? Like, that's the question. And it's like, like you hear me, like, and this is where fans like, absolutely, like, for years and years, like, he watched this family like dominate and entertain WWE universes, like, since he was right here, like, as a kid for over 30, 40 years, with him pointing like how small he was when he was watching. And it's where it's like, and now, like, he's in the business with his fellow younger family members, and they live this life every single day, and he's very proud of it, and he has every single ring he's in forward. This was like, he see his cousin Roman Reigns of being the most dominant champion in all of WWE, and he's proud of that from him. And he's like, and he get to watch like his twin brother, Yeet Master, which he was getting a little bit almost hesitant, like, for saying it, but he had no choice but to admit that as well. This is where the fans couldn't help but chant OTC because that's the favorite member of the bloodline. And then this is where he's like, and he finally said, like, he saw his twin brother finally main event Jey Uso, become one of the hottest superstars today, even won his first singles championship from coming from a childhood memory to a world with that inspired star. It's where the fans started to chant yeet again. But it's where, like, instead of saying that's the wrong twin, he just yeet it right back at him to the yeet side because it's so contagious. All thanks to the tweet. He's like, I'm absolutely proud of that, what my bro is doing over on Monday Night Raw. Like, and then now go to my younger brother, Solo Sikoa. There's a fans like why you want to talk about that guy? This is where the Jimmy Uso's like, yeah, I may not like what he's doing, all that stuff right now, trying to be like the original tribal chief, but I'm still proud of the boy of coming in here in this business. And then this is where the Jimmy Uso, like, but with that being said, like I'm so proud of myself, like I'm just keep asking, actually, what you're reading with y'all exactly say, what's up with me? What's next for me, Big Jim? Like what? And then there's some that also say what I'm gonna be doing now that this Family Feud has been what's that called? Dissolved. Like and he's like. And it's where he's like, what's your big goal, Big Jim? Like, what are you gonna do? And this where he's like, well, I'm gonna give you that answer right now. Like, I just don't know, at least not at this time. And he's like, but I want to ride with Big Jim. And then this where then he said, yeah, it's a big year for the Big Jim as well. Like, it's gonna be a big year for Big Jim. He's like, it might be a Royal Rumble winner, like you never know. Which I was like, yeah, absolutely. It could be you or your twin brother. Like anything's possible. Like, and it's very interesting and exciting to see what's next for the Usos in their singles run in 2 different brands. Well, it could change for with Jim Uso could go to Raw if the draft comes early or if the 2025 draft sees Jimmy Uso moving over to his twin brother. But I think even if they do be in a duo, I think they should also going to be running after single success, whether if it's for the United States Championship, Intercontinental Championship, or the mid-card, or even the World Championship, either the WWE Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship, depending on which titles they're going to be on which brand by the beginning of 2025. But like after WrestleMania, of course. But it's where he was like, maybe I should go after for the U.S. title, which he name dropped. I just did right there. He was like, we're talking about Dream. Let's go, Dream. Like as a matter of fact, hey, I should go after for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And yeah, he started trying to think on doing things and succeeding on his own terms, and also naming championships and thinking bigger. Like. And this is what fans like, we hope you get those stuff. This was like, he's like, yeah, like, he's like, the year 2025 is also the year of Big Jimbo Uso. And then I was like, yeah, I hope so, like in some capacity. Like him and his wife getting some success, because when the last time we do see them get some single success? Well, in Naomi's case, it was like back in 2017. And I hope that their future is bright, respectively. But this where. And this was like since now, like we don't see Roman Reigns, and we don't see Jimmy. We don't see Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, or even CM Punk here. You're seeing nothing but Jimmy Uso, and this is where once he turned around, like he's about to leave, I thought we are gonna be hearing Roman Reigns' music gonna start coming in, because we heard that Roman Reigns, we're going to be speaking about Solo Sikoa because he's not quite done with him yet, because he still has something that he still wants from him, even though he should have grabbed it when it was that Survivor Series, because this thing is rightfully Roman's. But this is where we got, once Jimmy Uso turned around into the upper right-hand side into the ring corner, this is where he gets Claymored out of nowhere, more than an RKO. This is where, and it was none other than Drew McIntyre. I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have known he was going to show up. But it turns out that it was Nicholas the Ridiculous, his responsibility of Drew McIntyre being there, but he did not expect him to show up, despite his hatred with the bloodline, including the Usos and Roman Reigns, like when he attacked Jay and Sami Zayn, back a week ago, a week from this past Monday on Raw, which that's what he did right here. And I believe he's gonna keep doing this until he gets every single member of the bloodline. And now, he got 3 out of the 4 out of this list. He's missing only one guy, and that is none other than the OTC himself, which that could be a future feud down the line. And but But until then, we got him facing Sami Zayn at Saturday night's main event, which I'm gonna get into. But I'm gonna ask you who you think is gonna win this match, which I'm gonna talk about that on my prediction segment after this review video. But this is where we got Nicholas Aldis came out, and this is where he because Drew McIntyre was supposed to be there for the draft trade, like of him going for negotiations, to convince him to be like one of the guys that he wants to trade, one of the trade on SmackDown. This is where, as I say, I'm not sure if this was successful, but the other one was. I totally forgot to let you guys know that we got one successful draft trade, while the other is I'm not sure, still questionable. But yeah, like this. But what are your thoughts on Drew McIntyre could potentially move to SmackDown? Let me know in the comment section right down below. Or do you think they should stay on Raw? Either way, with me, I think hopefully whatever works good for. But it's where we got. But that's where we got what's her name? Tiffany Stratton was getting trained for her match against Michin. It's where we got what's her name? Nia Jax and Candice LeRae wished her very best of luck, which I'm not sure if they were being serious about, because they said this is your chance of becoming the first ever women's United States Championship, and when you do, you're probably not going to be needing the women's Money in the Bank briefcase. I'm first of all, I don't think that works that way. Even if she does win this mid-card championship tournament, the whole thing, and become the first champion, that doesn't mean she'd have to give up her briefcase. Just look at the Miz when he was the men's United States Championship, and he was also the men's Money in the Bank briefcase holder back in 2010. Anything is possible. She could be a double champion, which we all know that's probably not going to happen for multiple reasons, which I'm not going to get into in just a moment. Which it was how we predicted it to be, but we still have. But it was probably for the best though, because we wanted to have the fans would be like, what would be the point of yeah?
You said I'm going home.
Going home?
Yeah, he said I'm going home.
What do you mean by that?
He said I'm going home. My house. He said I'm going home.
I don't know what he means by that.
No, this is what I'm meaning. He said.
I know. He's saying that you go home.
Yeah. He said I had to go home.
But I thought you were spending the night.
No, Jay said I had to go home.
Oh, do you have to go home?
No, he just wants me to. We're not anything, but.
Well, that's up to his parents for him. If that's okay, that's up to them. For them to see if it's okay for you to stay or you have to go back home. That doesn't dictate to him. But anyways, assassinators, this is where we got Nick Aldis let Drew McIntyre know that's not what he meant by him showing up to SmackDown. He's talking business with him, him wanting to join SmackDown. Then he could go set his sights on anybody on the bloodline, including Jimmy Uso or Roman Reigns or whoever that's on the SmackDown roster. But this is where Drew McIntyre completely ignored him. This is where then he was whatever. He's I'm just gonna go back to law. You're just useless or something like that. Which I'm not sure yet. He's gonna be being on SmackDown at this time, but and this where it's and he's I'm trying to give you Nicholas was basically telling him he would give him the opportunity of a lifetime, but this is what he's gonna repay him with with him trying to deal with his recklessness. He's we don't put nothing like this, and this is where they're never mind. This is where they went their separate ways, and that plan must have flopped. And this is where we got Bianca Belair talking about their issues with Jay Cargill with Nick also we don't really have a conclusion, but until then, I'm gonna hate to break this to you, but you're gonna have to relinquish those tag team champions, which Bianca Belair was this was no, this cannot be happening, I was dude, I thought they already stripped the titles off of her, which that explains why she haven't been holding on to those titles since the attack of Jay Cargill, but that's when Naomi stepped in. It's no, I want to how about I be the substitute? This is where this is where Bianca Belair's like Naomi's a very dependable ally. Again, please tell me this is an option for her to temporarily replace Jade Cargill until she gets back back and she's clear. This is where the Nick Aldis was like, okay, I'm gonna see what I can do, because they're the opposite of the other company. Because when once one tag partner is injured, they have to relinquish it no matter what. They cannot have a substitute, which I think that's kind of I'm gonna have to say it in a nice way. I think I'll say that's a horrible. I should say, yeah, that's a horrible decision and a horrible plan to do it that way. Even though it wouldn't be the same with one partner replacing the other one, but what if they're in the same team, like a trio or a quartet? They can help replace that partner for those tag titles or trios championship, which I don't get. Which that's a different story for a different day. But this is where we got Nick. I was like, okay, it was okay, if you want Naomi as the substitute tag partner, y'all have to be ready to defend those titles no matter what. For a start for next week, whoever y'all's challengers are. If y'all can do that, then they'll be fine with me. This way, Bianca was like, okay, I don't have no problem with that. Let's do it. And I guess either one of these girls or both of these girls that were the ones that attacked Jade Cargill for this to happen, for Naomi to replace the tag partner. And who do you think? Who's the one that attacked Jade? Do you think it's any of these two, or do you think it's somebody else totally different? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But I just have a feeling it's either one of these or at least one in particular, which that explains the one that's clearly out like a sore ponytail, I guess you could say. But that's where then we got. But that's where we got Tiffany Stratton that came in. This is where then she had her match against Michi, and it was like how we predict, except the part how it ended, which I was not expecting this winner to be winning clean. I would expect it to be a dirty finish, But since the one I predicted that the one that's team with Bianca now is not the one that's actually going to screw Tiffany out of the match. It was just some out of the blue clean finish. It didn't need no outside interference. Maybe it's for the best, but at the same time, it would have been very interesting. Or even at least Candice LeRae coming out there to try to claim that she's showing some support to Tiffany Stratton when something horrible happens. But this is where we got Michi go for a wrist lock. Anyway, to the match is where we got when Tiffany Stratton slams what's her name? Tiffany Stratton back first, right? Tiffany Stratton slam Michi back first, but this is where she goes up right up on the top rope, but she ends up getting slammed back first by Michi with a payback from the HBIC. This is where we got. What else happened?